Hi guys, it's Crystal with Design Bundles. Today I have a super fun project for you. We're going to be using scraps. So if you guys have been using Siser Easy Subli and you don't know what to do with those extra pieces that you may have from doing print and cuts, well today I'm going to show you what to do. So we're going to create a super fun project using those scraps. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's go over the supplies that I use in today's tutorial. So today I'm using Siser Easy Subli. I'm using scraps, but you definitely don't have to use scraps. If you don't know what Siser Easy Subli is, it's like a printable HTV but for sublimation, and it feels like Siser Easy Weed, if you will, HTV. It's super soft, and this has been washed 3 times. This isn't a video we've done before, and it holds up very nice. So you want your scraps, or like I said, just using Siser Easy Subli. And then I've already printed out some small designs here. This is the one that we're going to be using today. It's super adorable, and I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half. The reason why I'm cutting it in half is because of these small pieces here, just so I can utilize those. I've got heat tape, I've got a lint roller, my Cricut Easy Press 6x7, and I've got a blank t-shirt, and then I've got my pad here. So this is very important. You need some parchment paper. It's like a nonstick. These are baking sheets, and this is very, very important. So what you want to do is take off your backing. Do not forget this part. You want to remove that back piece here off of the Siser Easy Subli, and then we're going to take that shiny side and put it down on the parchment paper. Then we're going to take our sublimation design, put it face down. I'm going to trim down just a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and tape this down just so there's no shifting or ghosting while we press. Now I'm going to press this at 400 for 60 seconds. You want to cover it with another piece of parchment paper to protect your iron. And then we're going to press it. Now I haven't played around with this a whole lot, so we could probably even bring it down to like 385 or something. You can play around with it. So you're going to press it for 60 seconds, remove that top sheet, and then peel off that paper. And then once you peel this off, it's sublimated. Look at that. Looks great. You can drop this down on like your granite countertop, cool it down really quickly, and then you just want to trim away the excess. Now I'm going to do the other one off camera, and then all you need to do, you can peel this off and cut away, or you can leave it on that parchment paper, and I highly recommend you do that. So it's basically like a new backing on it, if you will. So I'm going to trim around this to make it easier, and then I'm going to fussy cut. So I'm going to fussy cut all the way around this. You can do individual letters if you wanted to, or you can just go around the entire design like this. And that's what I chose to do. I think it looks super cute. Now, if you were doing like a great big heart, you just fussy cut right around it. So I'm going to go all the way around this just like so. Now you can throw these in a drawer, use them at a later time because they have a backing to protect them. But we're going to be using it right now. Now you can see it's super easy to peel away. It does not stick at all. It's just like a backing on it, and it just peels right off. So that's it, and it's good to go. The parchment paper makes it a whole lot easier to cut when you're doing the fussy cut part, so I do recommend leaving it on while you do that. Now, when you're using Siser Easy Subli, I forgot to mention that you don't usually mirror it, but we already mirrored our designs, so you do want to do that because we're doing it backwards. So basically, we're just sublimating on the HTV, if you will. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pre-press this for 15 seconds, pulling out any moisture, and then we're going to go ahead and line up our design right on the t-shirt, just figuring out where we want it to go. And then you can cover this with a mask if you want to, like a transfer sheet, but you really don't need to. I'm just going to cover it with that parchment paper, and then we're going to press it 310 so the temperature changes. 310 for 15 seconds. And then if you decide that you want to flip it, which I'm going to show you in just a second, make sure you put another piece of parchment so you guys can see how nice that is. So utilizing those scraps instead of tossing them out, you can accomplish several more projects using those. So if you want to press the back, like I said, make sure you cover your pad because you are using sublimation inks and you want to protect your stuff. I really love the way that this came out. It came out super adorable. So what do you guys think? Super easy, right? Saving the scraps, utilization. Let me know, what are you guys going to be making with your Easy Subli scraps? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.